Here we're going to look at using our graphing calculator to find zeros of a polynomial. So first thing is, anytime you want to graph anything, all these buttons up top have to do with graphing. So this one here that says y equals is where you can go and type in equations. I already had one typed in there from earlier, so I'll clear that out. And so it looks like our equation here is negative x to the third, and the x button's right here next to the green one. So negative x to the third plus 2x squared plus 3x minus 3. So there they gave us an equation. You can hit enter or you can just go straight to hitting graph. So this button over here that says graph is what we press to graph things. And then we'll get a nice picture of our polynomial. And it looks like it crosses the x-axis at 3 different places. Once there, and once there. So we're going to have to find these all separately, and it wants us to round them all to the nearest hundredth. So be careful when you're doing this. Your calculator is an approximating machine. Sometimes you'll even see if the 0 is 3, it'll say something like 3.0001. And so you know it's probably exactly 3, where your calculator is coming up with approximate solutions. Okay, so if we want to find anything on here, this button right above trace, it says calc. So if you want to calculate anything on the graph, and notice it's blue, so anything in blue we have to hit the second button to get to. It's like a shift button for the calculator. So hit second, and notice how our second choice here is to find the 0. So you can hit the number 2, or you can use the arrow to scroll down and hit enter. It's going to ask us for a left bound, and then a right bound, and then to guess where our 0 is. So we'll do these one at a time. We'll say this one. So notice if I'm hitting the arrows, how can I tell if it's a left bound or a right bound? Well, if I'm trying to go past this, if I keep hitting the left button, once I go past the 0, now I'm on the left side of it, so I can use that as a left bound. So I'll hit enter. And then I'm just going to go over to the right until I pass it. Sometimes you go a little further, because if you're right there, you're not sure if you're on the right or left. So go a little bit to the right of it, and you're just telling your calculator you want them to search for a 0 between there and there. And the last one, it says guess, so go kind of close to where it looks like the 0 is and hit enter. And so it gives us negative 1.46, 0, so negative 1.46 if we round it to the nearest hundredth. And so then we just repeat this process with the rest of the zeros. So second, calculate 0. If I go to the left of this one, and then to the right of this one, and then guess this one, that one's at about 0.76. And so do that for all 3 of them. Make sure you pay attention to what Alex is asking you to round to, but those are the buttons you press to find the zeros.